Good evening, class. Tonight we are going to have a lesson on this super awesome water sprayer, also known as a squirt bottle or a mister. That's kind of a funny name now I think about it. What else could we call it? A spray bottle. This is a very technical piece of equipment that you might find around your home, but we are going to have a look at that. Now, despite its innocent look, there are some nefarious things we can do with that, which we'll talk about as we carry on. But first I want to show you how this thing is designed. So we can see this one here. It's kind of circular shaped. It had something in there before. I think it said water down here at one time, but for all I know it could have been battery acid. Maybe not, since this is designed for the nefarious purpose of spraying the cat. But anyways, if we look at this thing, I'll show you how this thing works. You pop off the top. How convenient is that? Now we've got just a little... It's kind of like a jug. Now, because I tend to spill things, it doesn't hurt to have something that can hold a little bit of water. And what I'm going to do is, this is going to impress all of you, we can pour water in the top. Whoa! And I'm sorry if you have to pee now. Whoa, there we go. But, you know, this is for education, so we have to do it. So, this one holds a fair bit of water. I don't know how much that is, but we'll just say lots. So now we have a fully armed squirt gun. Now, one of the other neat features of this thing is that it has 3 different settings for it. I don't know how well we can show it here, but we've got a spray function up here. It's kind of like a safety mechanism. And then on the other side we've got a spray. So if we start off with the safety, what that means is that when I squeeze the trigger, nothing comes out. And that's really good because we don't want to squirt off prematurely when we're holding it in our hand. That's why we're doing that. See? Nothing. Now, if I switch... Whoa! It was a little premature there. Anyways, if I switch it over to the squirt function and I pull the trigger, we can see that we can apply water to things in a very quick manner. I may need to replace my background after this. That's okay. And then finally, we can switch it to the other side and we get a mist. How awesome is that? Now, what are some of these things good for, you ask? That's a good question. Good question, class. A first very nefarious thing, which I'm sure many of you know, this is an incredible cat deterrent. Now, I would try to put the cat up here and demonstrate how it's a cat deterrent, but I'm not sure my medical insurance will cover needing that much blood. The cat has claws and teeth. They're all very sharp. And he does like to use them on me. However, if you keep this thing at your bedside table at night and the stupid little beggar comes in and starts crying, you point this at him. Let me see if I can do this from afar. Here, kitty. Oh, it worked. You have to take my word on it, but he's not where he was before. And it had a pretty good range, too. I'd say this thing has a range of... How much range does it have, wife?
10 feet!
At least 10 feet. How good is that? Now, we'll come back to that later. Now, the other thing we can do is if we set it on to mist, and this is very, very nefarious that we can do. Have you ever looked at any of those nature pictures of flowers? You see the water drops? Uh-oh. Maybe we should look at an example.
Okay, so here we've got our example. It's a big flower. I'm told it's an angel trumpet. I tend to call it mulch. At any rate, if you look at that, you think, wow, somebody got up early in the morning and took pictures of this flower with little water droplets from the morning dew. Well, you'd be wrong, because getting up early sucks. However, you can take your spray bottle and spray the crap out of the flower to create the little water droplets. It's photo trickery. There we go. Example number 2.
Okay, so another nefarious thing you can do. You can take your spray bottle here, use it in conjunction with this would be an iron, and magically you can take wrinkled shirts and make them into pressed shirts. It's wicked. Now, there are a few other types you can get. You can get these big industrial strength ones for killing plants or something. Whoa. Or we can get these smaller ones, same kind of function. But this one is the one I like. This one I think gets an A. I'm going to go chase the cat now. Thank you very much. Class dismissed.